Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic readings, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Columbia and Greater Baltimore. Today is May 2nd, and I'm working on a project using, the 1926 edition of The Science of Mind. And so I thought I would just use that today since it was already in my possession. What I opened it up to this morning was page 77. We are bound by our own freedom. We are all bound, tied hand and foot by our very freedom. Our free will binds us, but as free will creates the conditions which externally limit us, so it can uncreate or dissolve them. The universe, being deductive only, cannot refuse us anything. The very force that makes us sick can heal us. The force that makes us poor can make us rich. And the power that makes us miserable can make us happy. If this were not true, there would be duality in the universe. And this is impossible. This idea that our freedom is the very thing that imprisons us was a really cool aha for me, because it really took me to a new level of ownership of the power of my own thinking. It was another way for me to step off of that busy villain victim hero triangle that we're all conditioned to live on. And to understand that there really are no oppositional forces. There are simply different ways we all use the one force, one substance, the one source. And language has a lot to do with it. At least that's what I have come to, that's what I've come to understand over the years, is that language has a tremendous amount to do with whether my thoughts free me or imprison me. And the more willing I am to stand in that gap honestly, undefended, and loving myself enough to just tell the truth about what is actually alive in my thoughts, and find where that is manifesting, demonstrating, operating, whatever word works for you, in my physical life, to see where my beliefs are being mirrored back to me is incredibly unsettling in moments, and yet ultimately the most powerful thing I do. Because when I have blind spots, which I believe we all have blind spots, when I allow myself to be aware and take ownership that I have blind spots, it allows me to see the physical outcome of things that I dislike in my life, and then understand that those are mirroring back something in my belief system, just like the good things I like. And that's the point where I'm empowered to become aware of thoughts that now that I am aware that, oh, this thing that I don't like is a mirror of this thought, this belief. Now I'm empowered to change something. Until I have that awareness, I'm just walking around going, I don't get it. And what I will offer you this morning is, are you willing to get it? Am I willing to get it? Am I willing to suspend this idea that I am in any way a victim? Open myself to making that connection, that what is outpicturing in my life has a direct correlation to my inner dialogue, to my belief systems. So I offer you that this morning. And I'm going to continue to practice it, because what I have experienced is that the more I do that, the more free and the more healed, the more sane I actually become. Yeah. So I'll pause here for just a minute. If you would like to share your perspective on any of that. Trying to reading it again. Okay. So I will read it as we go into our meditation. We are bound by our own freedom. We are all bound, tied hand and foot by our very freedom. Our free will binds us. But as free will creates the conditions which externally limit us, so it can uncreate or dissolve them. The universe, being deductive only, cannot refuse us anything. The very force that makes us sick can heal us. The force that makes us poor can make us rich. And the power that makes us miserable can make us happy. If this were not true, there would be duality in the universe, and this is impossible. So let's take that into our time of meditation. one love, one life, one peace, one power, one presence, one omnipotence, one omniscience, one omnipresence, one creation, one mind, one life, nameless, changeless. This one substance is the source of all. It is the substance of all, creating out of itself, by itself, to experience itself. Every form, every expression of creation, a divine idea, an intentional, purposeful idea in the mind of God, in the mind of creation, in the mind of Great Spirit, to know and experience itself as that specific expression. One individualized, never to be repeated divine idea in the mind of God. That is what I am. It is what we each are. So intentional, so purposeful. A desire of creation to know itself as the individualized us. Trusted to use consciousness, to direct consciousness, to move consciousness into expression through the power of choice in response to the desire to express born within each and every one of us. And so it is that desire to express and the choice to do so that is our freedom. And so I claim and affirm that my desires are in perfect alignment with the truth of my being. That all that I desire to express is more spirit, more God, more life, more joy, more peace. And that I desire to do so within the harmonious operation of one. And that anything unlike that imprisons me, I invite, I allow, I welcome the evidence of that, knowing that seeing it empowers me to change it. Seeing where I am imprisoned by the very freedom of expression of me empowers me to free myself. And what I free in myself, I make available for all to free. And so I claim and affirm that today is a day of awareness. Today is a day of divine expression. Today is a day of undefended awareness. Of power that is balanced in pride and humility. But today is a day of alignment. Today is a day of freedom. The mental, the physical prison doors flung open. Freedom. Freedom to be all that I am to be to express the uniqueness and authenticity of this idea called me. Without defense, without qualification, without justification. To celebrate life as me. To celebrate life as every individualized expression. To move through this day in a glorious celebration that recognizes every expression as an expression of the infinite. And to love unconditionally, to love beyond behavior, to love the behavior, to see the truth of being and rest there. And I am grateful. I'm grateful for the consciousness, for the awareness, for the willingness to be present with every individualized expression of the divine self. Grateful for the activity of law that simply says yes to whatever is operating in my belief system, in my thoughts, showing me me, and empowering me to heal. Grateful that the activity, the doer of creation simply is that. Responds with laser accuracy, always reflecting back to us identically what we had thought into it. Grateful. So in this deep, deep gratitude, in this activity of faith, I let go. I let go of the very idea that I control anything or that I even need to. Let go. This is the true release of faith. I trust that the activity, the doer of creation that I call law, is already manifest, already demonstrated in form. So there's nothing for me to do other than to pay attention and to participate fully in the unfolding of life and the harmonious operation of one. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.